Does your dog bark non-stop on the walk?
Is that another dog coming? Alright, hush now, hush now. Yeah, hush, darling, hush.
Then we need to stop this barking habit at home as well. Hello, my name is Sigrid McKenna, and today I'll be narrating this video. This video is going to share a few tips about how we can teach our dogs not to bark at home. This will help stop the barking on the walk as well. Dog barking on the walk? Then stop the barking at home too. Hello, my name is Sigrid McKenna, and today I'll be narrating this video. Is your dog barking at home as well as on the walk? Then we need to stop that too. We need to stop your dog barking all the time. At home, these three dogs spend time on the new veranda. It is very high up with a view of the road. They bark a lot. If you put your dog in the front of your house, you are asking the dog to go on guard duty. It will bark a lot if you don't teach it to stop barking. Also, when dogs go up high on a vantage point. It is asking a dog a lot not to bark when it's on a high vantage point overlooking a public path or road. It believes it is warning the rest of the pack of potential intruders on the pack territory. This vantage point naturally fills your dog's body very quickly with adrenaline, so you may need to practice switching off the barking harder on the veranda. From now on, we are making our home a bark-free zone. Tip 1. Stop being the master of the doorways and gateways. To stop barking out on the walk and at home, here are a few tips. Every time you walk out the front gate, you cannot let the dogs walk through first until they learn to use far more calming signals. This will help your dog not bark later on the walk. When walking through doors or gates, make sure the dogs aren't pushing and shoving rudely. Make sure your foot hits the ground first on the other side of the line at the gate. Make sure if you stop, everyone calmly stops and waits behind you. Make sure to practice. Teaching these three dogs not to push and shove through doors on the leash will help with the barking. Why? It proves you are the leader and decision maker. Practice walking through a room in your home back and forth. Keep making the dogs wait politely behind you. Stop them diving in front. If your dogs keep barging through doorways first, we use the walk-in method. Use it in front of the door, through the door, after you go through the door, in other areas of the room. Practice. Practice with 1 dog, 2 dogs, and 3 dogs. We want to trigger lots of calming signals in the dog. If you want to learn more about the walk-in method, you can see the video my daughter Casey made.
Points off you again, so back, 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 back. So you did it really well just then, so I'm gonna...
The walk-in method is not a punishment, it's just a very fast way we can trigger more calming signals in our dog. Calming signals are the natural way dogs turn off their own adrenaline tap. The more calming signals your dog uses, the less it will bark. What does a natural calming signal look like? Here are 3 dogs using a few different signals.
Now I've got control of them. There's another dog barking there. We're not going to stay long because it's rude. But just to show you, okay, that's how we stop these dogs from barking when they hear another dog. Clip the leash on them, in the house, in the backyard, on the walk, in the car, doesn't matter. Once you get them to seed ground, then little fellas will stop yapping. Now, we've been...
Here are some of the signals the dogs were using. The beagles were sitting and deliberately turning their head to side away from the barking dog.
Doesn't matter. Once you get them to seed ground, then little fellas will stop yapping. Now, we've been...
Walter was standing with his back to the barking dog, and he was deliberately earthing out his extra energy by planting his 4 paws firmly on the ground.
Now I've got control of them. There's another dog barking there. We're not going to stay long.
Do you want to know how you can trigger powerful calming signals like this? From now on, keep a leash handy. Every time your dog barks or whines around the home, go and clip on the leash and use the walk-in method.
Points off you again, so back, 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 back. So you did it really well just then, so I'm gonna...
Practice the walk-in method around your house, even if your dog isn't barking. Why? Your dog needs to get a lot of practice triggering those calming signals. Remember, that's what we're looking for, more calming signals. If your dog struggles too much or is aggressive to you when you use the walk-in method, it's telling you don't have the right to use this method. If this is the case, you can use the lullaby circles or the waiting game instead. There are videos showing you how to do these methods in detail. Let's have a look at some other tips to stop our dogs barking around the home, shall we? Tip 2. Don't rub your dogs on the chest or under the chin. This releases a lot of adrenaline into the dog's body. Remember, adrenaline is what causes the barking. Tip 3. Don't let your dog block your way and make you halt or slow down or hesitate. This wins your dog lots of points and turns on their adrenaline tap. More adrenaline filling your dog's body will make them bark more. When you have your dog on or off a leash inside your home or around the yard, don't let your dog win points by blocking you. Want to see a dog trying to block me? Here's Lulu on a leash, but your dog probably does this around the home as well.
Funny one doing the look sack. The beagles are mad in the old smelling, and I don't mind them doing it a minute. You want to see how they react with other people. Come on, you lot, you're not doing that. Look at that guy, he's standing on the thing, look.
Yeah.
Wow. My goodness, look at that. Look at that dog, you won't see that every day. Oh, God.
So Dad, just try to keep your voice down a little bit as well.
Blocking makes some dogs bark more. To stop blocking, raise your chin high, fold your arms, and walk or shuffle straight through your dog as though it doesn't exist, while acting extremely bored. Tip 4. Win more points than your dog. Check my video, The Essential Guide to Points. Dogs with millions of points cannot do proper calming signals. There is simply too much adrenaline trapped in their body. Here, Ned has won too many points from visitors today. He is full of adrenaline now. He needs to lose the points before he can do proper calming signals and stop barking. If your dog wins too many points, you can use the walk-in method or the waiting game. These two methods dump points off dogs very quickly. Tip 5. Learn to use beacon poses to send your dog away from you when it barks. Here, Ned is barking at home. His human stands up with sleepy eyes and thrusts her chin up high with arms folded. Notice her feet are turned away from Ned. See how full of adrenaline Ned's body is? Now Ned's human keeps her chin high and turns it away firmly and clearly and slowly away from Ned. He is being told in dog language to go and empty out his adrenaline by himself. Here Ned is obeying his human's beacon pose and is going to lie down with his chin on the floor. This will empty out all his adrenaline if he stays lying with his chin on the floor long enough with sleepy eyes. This is a great thing to practice. If you can't get your dog to do this, then you might not get your dog to stop barking. Hold your beacon pose until your dog goes and lies down. If it ignores you, then you do not have enough points yet.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's a lovely tree.
You got her tail nice and long.
Watch the way he wanders off. And he lies down now out of the circle. Ebony now is in the centre of the circle, and so she has more rights now. She just does a little shake because she can't understand why I've made him go lie down like that. See his chin on the ground? That's him earthing himself out, and he's kind of gone, okay, time to just totally relax.
Here's Kimber again. To stop him barking, we didn't pat him and we raised our chins high. This triggered these powerful calming signals in him.
For what he's meant to do, you've done an absolute beautiful job with him.
And the boys?
Look at the way he's sitting and he's half yawning. Okay, he's saying, I want to be around you, but I don't want to be involved because I'm getting smells off Ully, which are saying these people are okay. And then you see him lying down.
Don't worry if your dog does not give fast, clear calming signals like Kimber's straight away. He was lucky enough to have an older dog mentor teach him. Your dog may have to practice a lot before it can do beautiful, efficient calming signals like Kimber. I just wanted you to see how fast and smooth they should be. If your dog barks a lot at home, then it really needs to learn how to go and lay down with its chin flat on the ground. This is one of the most efficient ways a dog can empty all the adrenaline out of its body so it doesn't want to bark. It may take you a few days or weeks or months before your dog will obey your calming beacon signal of a raised chin, but it's so worth it. Remember to puff out your chest and fold your arms and raise your chin extremely high and have sleepy eyes and bored energy. Hold the pose until your dog wanders away and puts its chin flat down on the ground. Practice.
You see him lying down.
Tip 6. Don't let your dog scent mark or sniff around your front gate or outside the boundary of your property. Can you see Ned here is scent marking in the public footpath area? He is taking possession of this new territory. He will instinctively bark if any person or dog walks through this area. They believe they own that area now. So do not let your dog scent mark near the front gate or till you're away from your property. So walk your dog backwards if it tries to stop and scent mark around your front gate. Ideally, we want our dog walking through the gate and not stopping. Tip 7. Finally, keep walking your dog backwards or slide it sideways as soon as it does a tiny bark or whine. This is boring to do, but keep being calm and boring as though you could do it for a million years. We need to trigger more calming signals. I have more videos in this series that show you how to use the walk-in method.
Like that. We kind of can't get around it.
That's the sitting down is good.
You know,
That's great.
what these dogs have learnt now in the last 10-15 minutes, okay? We're always at pains to explain to people that they only can retain a certain amount of information at any given time.
So you can see here that walking a dog backwards or sliding it backwards is not a punishment. We are just trying to trigger those important calming signals in our dog. The more you move your dog back out of your space, the more practice your dog will get in using calming signals. It is the calming signals that will turn off your dog's barking. So if your dog starts to bark, use the walk-in method or the sideways slide so we trigger those crucial calming signals. To summarize this video, remember, every time you drain adrenaline out of your dog's body, you help to stop your dog barking. You need to stop the barking at home as well as out on the walk. We need to stop that annoying barking habit. It can become like a drug and give the dog a high. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next episode. If you use the walk-in method or sideways slide enough, you will trigger enough calming signals in your dog so it can turn off its own adrenaline tap and stop barking. Here I used these methods for under 10 minutes and got the dogs to use enough calming signals so they could sit outside a fence with a barking dog.
You can do that, but you're not allowed bark. Okay. The dogs tend to bark a lot, and they tend to bark at everything around them. And so, back, back, back. I preempt them. And by asking them to go backwards, I'm telling them to see the ground that this is not your fight. And there's no fight to be had here. And I won't even take little whinges back. So I want them all turning their back away from that dog. Back, back. Good boy, good girl. Now I've got control of them. There's another dog barking there. We're not going to stay long because it's rude. But just to show you, okay, that's how we stop these dogs from barking when they hear another dog. Clip the leash on them, in the house, in the backyard, on the walk, in the car, doesn't matter. Once you get them to seed ground, then little fellas will stop yapping. Now, we've been here about 20 seconds, and I think they've shown that they're willing and able to do the right thing. So we're going to walk them back up. Come on. Well done, well done.